How many things do you have in your closet? You probably have something in there. I've had something in there that I haven't worn for 16, 20 years. I'm not going to wear it, but oh, I don't want to give that away. Oh, I don't want to get rid of that. So it keeps piling up, you know? We do that with clothes. We do it with pantry foods, cans, you know, shoes. And we're looking at it, we're like, oh, well, these are good. But I brought another pair in. So I forgot I had that pair. You know? So it starts with our home. It starts with your home. And I feel like when I'm watching Hoarding, it's something that's really interesting. They will send an organizer in. And the organizer will come in, and this is free of charge for them, and they've got 3 or 4 people working with them. You guys, sometimes those people they've only moved 10 things because it's up here, and they get stuck. And it could be, the other day I watched it, and it was a lady, she had these teddy bears, and they brought her comfort. And so she just kept collecting them. Now, we know that little fuzzy things are, they're dust collectors for one, and to me, they're like the worst type of, they carry fungus and disease and stuff because they're catching everything that's in the air. You know, it's kind of like carpet, you know. So they start talking to her, and so what they do is first they bring somebody in to see if they can, you know, they can help them get through this. Very seldom have I seen them be able to just get somebody through it without bringing a clinical psychologist in.
Yeah.
Wow. The root of those issues with having all of this stuff and all of this junk and things that somebody in their family has passed away, their husband has left them, the wife has left them, they've been abused. There's always issues behind it. There's always issues. And if they can get to the issue, the root of it, they usually will get them in the office. And if they keep going, but if they only go once or twice, I've noticed they fall right back into that pattern. So what happens is they clean, some of them, they'll go ahead and they'll clean all of this stuff out. And they'll have to, you know, they'll say, you know what, we're gonna have this another day because we've been, you know, we're trying to get this out and you guys aren't moving fast enough. And they'll tell you a story about, well, I bought this brassiere in 1992, and you know, someone was having this big sale, and you know what? This is still good. You know what? I can still wear this. You know, this is good. And then, oh my gosh, oh. These were my daughter's shoes, and oh yeah, she took her first step with these, and oh no, I need to keep those. And before you know it, everything, they're just keeping everything, and then the person that's helping them says, okay, so what are we gonna do here? We've got to do something. Now mind you, they've got the garbage truck waiting out there and all of this, and then don't let family members come in to help, because then they start blaming them, they get upset. You took that out, and sometimes they have to stop because they've got to deal with that issue. It's really serious, and that really is crippling that person. And they're just sitting there shaking, and they're all upset, and they have to deal with that. Now, I am not that bad. But I will tell you, Belina, when my dad passed, I took his suits, I took just a bunch of stuff, and somebody asked me for something bad, and I went off. I was like, well, he's dead, it's my dad. I mean, I just went off. And then this stuff, I just piled it up, and it was just everywhere. And this chest, remember Grandma had that chest? Now I have a chest. And so there's just like all this old stuff in it. Like, what is this stuff? I don't even know what it is. I don't even know half the people that are in the pictures of the people that are in there. And so that's my cousin over there. That's why I'm referring to her. And so she knows my grandfather used to keep lots of things, and so we keep treasuring them, and so then, I'm treasuring them, and they're catching dust, dirt, and they're all over the place, and then the little wire deals are bent, so when you walk by it, you clip your toe, and just all kinds of things are happening. And so what I noticed is, I got upset about the garage. We got upset about that. If something's clean, you don't argue with someone. There's no argument.
Right,
There's no
right.
It's clean.
That's right.
Makes all the sense in the world. Because Jesus died on the cross for us, and just the whole blood washing and all of that. And so it's clean. I guarantee you, if some of you, I am not saying everybody, this is only to who this applies to. If you clean out your living space and get a clean environment, and you start worshiping and praising God in that clean space, He will do something for you. He will move on your behalf. And Sandra, I'm with you with the bathroom thing. And I think because sometimes we're moving so much, that's one of the only places we're still. You have to sit there until you finish doing what you're doing. So he's like, well, I'll catch you here. Okay, so you want to do it like this? This is where I'll meet you. You know what I'm saying? We'll meet you wherever you are. So that's the place, But I thank God that we are having this conference, that we are communicating, that we're sharing, because there's something that everyone has said that I am going to take and that I am going to utilize in my life. Now, the thing about cleaning out is a lot of times I'll see, I'm going to say I watch on TV. I watch on TV and they'll clean everything out, everything's all clean. But because I don't have the proper tools, I don't maintain. It's like I ask Jesus Christ into my heart, I accept Him in, but I've got to maintain and I've got to keep that relationship. The same way when I clean this stuff out, if I don't keep it clean, the same thing is going to happen all over again. Sometimes when we're going through inner healing or we're dealing with the issue, we think that this is the end all. This is the beginning.
That's right.
The beginning is to admit that you have the issue, admit you have the problem, admit you have the addiction, ask Him for forgiveness, and then you have to work the work.
Yes.
So everything that we're talking about in this conference, we have to work. So Latanya talked to us about our health. That is something I would love for it to be like, oh man, okay, I worked out, I did weights, I did all this for 1 week, and now for the rest of the month I'm good. But it doesn't work like that. It's something that you have to work every day. You got to work that every day. And everything that has been talked about goes hand in hand. These things right here, the thing that we're talking about, the hoarding, the sadness, depression, and then we have the clutter and the clutter. So clutter is just, you have a few things around, but what happens is, if you don't get a hold of that clutter turns into your hoarding.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen people, they've got a ton of pins around them, they've got, their desk. You could tell by their desk what type of person they are sometimes, because it's just a mess. Now, little things that you have here and there, that's okay, but you got to keep that to a minimum, because otherwise that will get away from you And then you do have to spend a lot of time cleaning, or you gotta go hire these people that they have now that come in and will declutter. But I'm telling you that it's expensive. It's expensive to do that, on top of the fact that you're not really, yes, Pastor, you talked about this. Yes, you know what, something Pastor said, that God was not releasing her to hire someone yet because he wanted her to go through. He wanted Pastor to go through. You have to go through. You have to go through it if you want to keep it. Now, if you want a quick remedy, that's kind of like how we like to lose weight sometimes. We want a quick remedy that, for an event that's not going to last forever. You can go that way. But if you want it to be maintained and be lasting, and what Pastor's doing, as much as she knows and as smart as she is, she knows that it's from here all the way. It's not just a one-time thing, My mom said something to me that really offended me a little bit ago. My car. She said, "What is this?" And I go, "Well, I live out of my car." I live out of my car. Well, let's go get in your car. Her car's all immaculate and everything. But I was convicted though. And I was like, oh, now Gail was in my car. But Gail, it was kind of clean a little bit, a little better. But you know what I'm saying? Your car, Pastor said, Apostle said, you don't want to keep your car like this. And it's, sometimes we get to going and you kind of let things go. But then there's a time where you have to get a hold of that. And you have to rein that back in, because that's going to hurt you spiritually as much as it's going to hurt you naturally. Okay? And we do not want to be like the children of Israel and just hoarding the manna and it turns. And something's interesting about hoarding. Some people hoard money. They hoard money. And what I'm going to say about that is hoarding money does you no good. Hoarding money will make you sick. Lying about what you have will make you sick. Saying you don't have something and you have it will be the easiest way for things to start happening. Your car will start needing to be fixed. Things will fall apart in your house, where that money will need to be used. So we really want to be careful. We want to be careful with that. A lot of times when people go to finance directors and people that talk to them, finance counselors, they will go through your funds, go through your monies and your accounts, and they'll see how much you have. And I remember talking to different people, family members and different ones, where they had an excess of money, and they were like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to dump this." And when I say dump, what I mean is they were gonna have to put more money into the stock market, or they were gonna have to give it to a charitable organization. And that always baffled me, like, oh my gosh, that is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And so they're spending all this time, usually people like that, they think about money day and night, night and day, let my money arise, and your money, you know what I'm saying? Some people, money is just money comes to them, you know what I'm saying? But do you have peace of mind? Yes. Do you have peace of mind? Are you happy with yourself? I know a lot of people that have money that don't sleep at night. They don't sleep at night. So I'm saying to you, everything that's been talked about, we're talking about health, we're talking about mental, we're talking about money, we're talking about your house. In Haggai, it's talking about your house, it's talking about the house of God, it's talking about your house, it's talking about your spiritual house, your natural house. All of this is coming together. All of it has been talked about this weekend. And so that's what we, excuse me, you guys, I'm not understanding that clock because it seems like it's been staying the same. Am I? It's on 52 minutes. What does that mean? Have I used that up or? Okay. Okay, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna stop right here. Thank you for your time. I hope you got something out of this. May God bless each and every one of you. And now we're gonna, so we only have a few minutes in to go,
You have 25 minutes, so they can go.
thank you. Okay, that's what I thought. I'm like, I talked out. Okay, so we have 25 minutes. We don't come back until 7 tonight?
7:30.
7:30 tonight. You're welcome to go in the next room and see if there are some things that fit you, that you like. You're welcome to. Eileen is in there and she is facilitating. Thank you.